Welcome. I have a special guest here with me today, which I feel like I'm going to stop calling you a guest and just a co-host.
I think that's fair.
Yes.
I keep coming back, so.
You do. You like to be tortured.
I'm your... Oh, boy. We're starting off right at the beginning there. Here we go.
I know. I think with Yvonne and I, we keep doing these. We become more comfortable to where we're like, let's just talk about all kinds of shit now.
Are we doing smash or pass this time?
I hadn't prepared one. But I can absolutely just off the top of my head do a smash or pass.
For real though. That was hysterical.
All right, let me write that down because I do have notes. My favorite mortgage podcast, if you are just tuning in or haven't listened before, this is a new podcast that is going to allow you behind the curtains of the home loan process, the home buying journey. Mm-hmm. And we just like to talk about, what it's like and allow people to get to know us and our personalities with the hopes that you work with us and choose us to be in your team and backing you up and being
We're a great
moral.
team, so you can't go wrong with us.
No. So Yvonne O'Neill, licensed realtor here in Southern Arizona.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Did you notice the change in temperature? Summer's here.
Oh, yeah. Summer's been here, though.
No, that's not true.
No.
Like, all of May and then up until last week was gorgeous. I mean, our nights are actually cool. They're still cooling down. Summer's here, though.
Yeah.
Oh
my gosh. It's over 100. And I have to remember to put my sun visor up.
Oh,
because
me too.
I have a black steering wheel.
Oh, you have leather seats too.
I do.
Just not comfortable.
And they're not air conditioned leather seats. Like I didn't get that.
Why didn't you go bougie?
Because I'm still frugal. And I'm cheap as hell.
I live in the desert, but I don't need AC car seats. I'm fine. But black, please, yes.
Black leather.
God. I still have fabric, and I'm like, I'm fine. This is fine.
So, like, I keep forgetting to put my sun visor up. So just touching my steering wheel is like...
You almost need like a rag in your car.
Yeah, oven mitts.
Oven mitts. That's better than what I said.
Oh my gosh.
I want to take mine back.
It is oven very mitts. Hot. But you know what? We get used to it. We're just like,
oh, for sure.
It's just hot. It is.
But like, I talk to people who just got here and they're like, wow, it's so hot. And I was like, did you do research before you moved here? I think this is the best time to shop and buy a home.
Yeah.
In Tucson.
Because people leave out of town.
Well, just saying, if you're going to buy a home and you're moving here, you should be looking right now. Just to make sure
the summer
that you're okay with our heat.
Makes
I
sense.
love it. So
my husband loves it too.
I'm always going to say, I love it here.
I like cooler weather, for sure. I do. But,
I was too cold this winter. I was miserable.
Anyway. Well, so the last time you were here, we talked about doing a Q&A.
That's right, yes.
And so
I liked that idea.
You and I have been gathering some questions, some really common questions that were asked.
I think it's a good place to start.
Yeah, because there are a lot of questions, and we're not going to be able to list all of them because every day there's something new. Mm-hmm. But we did get some questions that were very common. And we decided to address, just kind of go over them and help answer. And again, if you guys have other questions that we weren't able to address right now, email us at myfavemortgage@gmail.com.
Right. And we can always answer, I think whenever we do it, we'll just make sure we answer a different set of questions.
Yeah. So please reach out, and we're more than happy to answer some questions. But before we get into that, we've got some fun stuff. Okay. We're going to do mortgage Mad Libs.
Okay, is this what this paper is?
Yes.
I flip this over now?
But not yet. Oh. So I'm going to do one, and then you're going to do one.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. So Mad Libs, you're familiar with that, and you're making up a story, and you've got to do a noun, an adjective, verb, right? Okay. So you ready?
Yes.
I need an adjective.
Fuzzy.
A noun. Actually, plural nouns.
Kids.
Kids. Okay. Another plural noun. You're going to have a lot of nouns. So just start thinking of
Dogs.
nouns. Dogs. Give me another one.
Socks. See, you're already laughing.
I'm
and
sorry.
I don't even know what it is that we're doing.
We just turned them over. An adjective.
Sunny.
Sunny. A plural noun.
I don't like adjectives. My brain's like, what?
Plural noun. You already did kids, dogs, and socks.
Trees.
Trees.
This sounds dangerous.
A verb. That's an action.
Yeah. I don't know why sweating came to mind.
Because we were just talking about
Legit, I'm all sweating.
Sweating. Plural noun.
Oh my god. A plural noun. Okay. Leaves.
Leaves. Last one.
Okay, thank you.
Plural noun.
Oh god. Succulents.
And you want me to spell that one?
Yep.
Oh,
Every
I'm sorry.
letter.
I missed one.
Oh,
well, the last one, it's a plural noun.
The way you said it. Oh, it's fine. It's a plural noun.
You're on a roll with those, so.
Let's see. I mean, drinks.
Drinks. All right. Let's talk interest rates. When interest rates near fuzzy lows, kids everywhere are wondering if they can get a lower rate too. The answer depends on so many different dogs. Your personal socks can have a big impact on the rate you are offered.
What the heck?
Your succulents can also affect the rate you might get.
Bad. That was so bad.
Mortgages with shorter trees often come in with lower interest rates. Sunny mortgages frequently have lower interest rates for the initial period than fixed rates. Paying for drinks might get you a lower rate too.
That sounds
Yeah, I think that's actually really true. Just take a loan officer out. Finally, current leaves conditions have a big influence on the mortgage rates lenders offer. To find out if you can sweat your lower interest rate, visit my website at loandepot.com/Jaimie Booth.
The last one worked.
You can sweat lower interest
Sweat
rates.
your lowest. That's funny.
That was
I like that.
Mortgage Mad Libs.
I feel like my face turned really red when I was laughing in the beginning there. Is this my turn now?
It is your turn.
Oh boy.
Okay. Person, place, or thing.
Okay. So I need a place.
Oh, a place. Guatemala. I don't know.
See, that's like the same thing as
Learn
me spelling succulents. Okay. A number. This one's easier. Why didn't you give me this one? 111. Okay. Another number. Wow.
4,000.
Sentence. Did you read this one?
No. No. I just printed them.
Okay. Type of room. That's hilarious. I'm sorry.
A torture chamber. I don't know. Sorry.
Oh my god, I'm dying. Oh, it got really hot up in this room. Okay. Give me an animal.
A banana slug.
Is that a thing?
Yes, it's actually a mascot for Santa Cruz University. They're the banana slugs.
This is going to be wild.
Okay.
Part of a home.
Part of a home, I would say, like, carpet.
Color.
Green.
Okay. Adjective.
Smoky.
Amount of money.
An amount of money. 4,729,000.
4,729,000.
729,000.
729,000. I'm like, how do I write that number? An exclamation.
Holy shit!
That's, yeah.
This podcast is not brought to you by Sesame Street.
Okay, another number.
0.
Perfect. I bet we did. Okay, an adjective. This was spelled wrong.
Slimy.
Oh. Number.
9.
Perfect. Another adjective.
Another adjective. Oh, crap. Rocky.
Okay. I was going to say, so far we have smoky, slimy, and rocky. Emotion.
An emotion. Giddy.
Noun.
Truck.
Okay. I was like, huh? Gift.
I'm a gift.
It just says gift. Like, you give a gift. What is the gift?
The gift would be cutting board.
That's fine. Okay, it's done.
Okay.
It is finished.
Here we go. Drum roll, please. Okay.
Today, I was showing my clients around a new house located in Guatemala. It was very important to them that the house have 111 bedrooms, 4,000 bathrooms, and a torture chamber for their pet banana slug.
I can't breathe.
That's how I felt. It was also important to them that the carpet be painted green for smoky luck.
Okay.
My client decided to offer $4,729,000 for the home. Holy shit. Our offer was accepted. We beat out 0 other offers. At the closing table, the sellers told my client that they hoped they would slimy the home. I feel like we're missing a word there.
Yeah.
The sellers have lived there for 9 years and had many rocky memories there. I mean, with
I
green
can relate.
carpets, I would understand.
And 4 million bathrooms.
4,000.
Whatever.
When the closing was done, my buyers were giddy to receive the trucks to get into the home. Wow, this is an intense house in Guatemala. As a closing gift, I presented my buyers with a cutting board.
That's so real.
I hope to work with them again. They bought a almost $5 million home. I'm like, here's cutting board. Thanks. See you later. Enjoy using your trucks to get into your house. That's hilarious. I'm sorry. Those are fun.
So smash or pass on Mad Libs.
Oh, smash. That was pretty great.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Like, I need a breather.
I know.
That was
really funny.
wow.
A torture chamber for my banana slug.
You're going to go Google how
really
big
rough.
banana slugs get. Like,
I feel like I've seen a picture and they're nasty
they're
looking
huge.
things. Yeah.
Huge. And they're
Thanks.
bright yellow.
It's a fitting name, apparently.
And they're found in Northern California.
Oh.
Anywho. Well, again, that was fun. Thank you so much for playing along.
Of course.
And we are here to have a Q&A.
Yes,
So
let's get to it.
Let's get to it. I have a list here of some common questions, and we've assigned it to each other so that we, some of them are mortgage, some of them are realtor. So one of the most common ones for me is how much money do I need as a down payment? And when it's asked to you, you will refer and say that is a lender question.
All the time. And I get it a lot too. So anything to do with the money aspect of buying a home,
Right.
I always call you.
Yeah.
It's just not my lane. You know?
And it is a very broad question because
Absolutely.
there are so many different programs and there's different scenarios for everyone. But I'm going to address this question in a very simple term. Is you don't need 20% down to buy a house.
Preach
this. It is going to depend on which loan type. And there are loans out there with 0% down.
Yeah.
Where if you're thinking of the difference between renting and buying, if you rent, you have a security deposit. You have first month's rent, sometimes last month's
sometimes
rent.
it's like
It's a
first and a half
chunk of change that if you're buying a house with a 0 down payment, then you just need to worry about your closing costs. And we're seeing sellers paying for closing costs. So there are instances, and I've been doing them for all this year, where the money down is, I've had refunds given back.
Right.
An individual, a family got into a home with 0 down, 0 out
It
of
happens.
pocket.
It definitely happens.
It does
and
happen.
It's wonderful.
So down payment is going to be based on loan type. So there are 0 down. VA is my most common one, and of course my favorite one. That is no money down for the down payment. FHA, 3.5%.
Right. That's not 20.
It's not
3.5.
20 of the purchase price.
Yeah, exactly. It's totally different than what is commonly going around. Like, oh, I don't have 20% down. Like, you don't need that though.
We have to get out of that myth.
Right.
20% down. And the easiest way to do it, and I will, maybe we can put up a screen, is how to calculate. You take your purchase price, $300,000. So you take that. That's what I want an offer. And then I say, okay, I want to put 3.5% down times 3.5. $10,500.
Yeah.
For a $300,000 house. So
Yeah, that's only 3.5%.
that's how you do it. Whatever the purchase price is times 3.5, that'll give you your answer for an FHA.
Right.
Conventional is the most common loan in America, and that one had the stigma of the 20% down. But
I can see that.
realistically,
Yeah.
there is anywhere from 3 to 5% down. So
Again, still not 20.
still not 20. So you can get into a home on a conventional mortgage as a first-time home buyer with as little as 3% down. USDA is another loan that is 0% down. So all 4 of those loans are going to have,
They have their own rules.
they have their own rules and they have their own requirements. So if you want to put 20% down, go right ahead.
Yeah.
There's
I mean,
benefits. There's, mortgage insurance. I know I talked on that on my last one. If you're not putting 20% down on a conventional, there is mortgage insurance, but it's not expensive.
It's not raising your payments an insane amount, though. It's just an added.
It's an insurance policy.
It's an added feature of the loan.
Yep.
And it's fine.
So that's an answer to how much money do I need as a down payment.
Yeah, that was
And
good.
It depends.
I know, right? It depends. But that was a nice way to touch on it, though, to kind of give some answers.
Yeah.
And then, of course, just come talk to Jaimie. She'll fill you in on exactly what your specific needs are to buy a home.
Yep. Okay. Next up, we have a question for Yvonne.
So this question says, what exactly is earnest money? And so that's actually something that's negotiated. You actually put that on the offer. So when we are writing your purchase offer, you have your loan amount, what you're putting down, and then you actually put down how much you want to put for earnest. Earnest money is like good faith money. It's what opens your escrow, and it can be anywhere from 1% to 3%. Because all that it does at the end of the day is it gets put into your closing costs. So you're not actually losing that money at the end when you get your home.
It's a symbol to the seller. I'm serious.
Exactly. You're saying, here's my offer. I'm really serious about this home. You can put down anywhere from like $1,000 to $2,000, and that's a good amount. That's really common.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's simple answer.
Earnest money is your good faith money.
Mm-hmm.
We don't use that term anymore, but yeah, that's
I know
really
I use it because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, we have a great question, and I don't think I've ever addressed this. So, what is the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval for a buyer? Mm-hmm. And there is a big difference in my eyes coming from the lending side. A pre-qualification is a discussion with a loan officer that a buyer says, I have, X amount of dollars in savings.
This is going off of faith of what they're saying is true, right?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a conversation.
Yeah.
So if you're telling me I have a 780 score and I have $50,000 in my savings and I want to buy this house, I plug those numbers in, and maybe I've done a soft pull for their credit, or even a full tri-merge credit report, and I see, okay, your credit score is the 780. You tell me you make XYZ money, and I do very little verification.
That's the kicker right there.
Yep.
Yeah, I made a TikTok about that.
And I've issued, based on what you told me, you're pre-qualified. I'd say your loan would go through. A pre-approval, on the other hand, is verifying everything you said. We trust but inspect. So if you tell me you have $50,000, I'm going to need to see your bank statement. And I need to see maybe how long that money's been in there. And that is the extra steps that a lender like me is going to take, where I'm going to verify that you do make $60,000 a year by getting verification of paycheck stubs.
Well, you are doing your due diligence to ensure that they're going to go through underwriting without any major hiccups, and that they will actually get approved for that loan and we can close on time.
Yes.
So there's just a lot of work. I really feel like there's so much more work behind
the scenes
than buyers and sellers realize.
Right. Right. And that's where we want to give a glimpse is if you're working with your first flag of a good, decent, thorough lender versus someone who really doesn't care and just will throw spaghetti at the walls, is if they ask you for documents or not.
Yeah.
If you haven't submitted a paycheck stub or a bank statement or your ID, that's a red flag that, you've got a 50-50 chance that you're going to go through.
Yeah.
I do the heavy lifting up front. Let's
course,
just
you have
verify
to.
everything.
Absolutely.
Because the last thing I want is for us to get into contract. Your realtor, the listing agent, everyone's moving forward. All these wheels are turning.
And then you have the headaches.
Yeah.
No.
Not worth it. No.
It's better to get it all done in the beginning, and then
Really
it's just smooth sailing.
Right.
Which is what we hope for.
Smooth sailing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pre-approval, pre-qualification.
Yeah. All right. So the next question is, how do I find a reliable realtor? So I think there's...
Good question.
Yeah, I like that question. I think there's a few ways to go about that. But for the most part, the best first step, if you are looking to buy a home, is to connect with a lender. Because...
Agreed. Man,
Yeah.
that is absolutely true.
It is, though. I can help you, right? I know you. I know reputable lenders in town. And so you can go about it if maybe you already know a realtor and who do you trust?
Right.
I'm going to put you in the best hands.
Right.
But at the same time, if you go to your lender first, chances are they have very trustworthy realtors that they have worked with. And having that relationship between the realtor and the lender, I find extremely important.
Yeah.
Because having that communication and the ability to just get in touch and not just wonder if everything's on board, and just the trust right there is so important.
Communication.
Having that kind of relationship is really important, because we have your buyer, you have your lender, and you have your buyer's agent. That's those are the three legs you need to make any contract work. So if you're working with a lender, ask them, do some research on those people,
Google reviews.
Google reviews, those are really great because a lot of realtors, like I'm on Google, so you can Google my name here and my profile comes up and that will link you to all sorts of other things. You can look up the brokerage. I mean, you could do so many things. You can interview realtors if you want to.
Absolutely.
This is a big deal.
Just go with your great aunt's friend from work who does this part-time. This is someone who's going to be working for you to get you into a home and make one of the biggest financial purchases you're going to make. You should do your research and homework on that person.
And I think referrals.
And click.
I think, yes. Yeah. I think referrals are great, especially if they had a wonderful experience with that realtor. But who's to say you guys are going to get along just as well, right? Yep. And it's okay that you don't.
Absolutely.
Because this isn't a couple hours.
No.
Chances are we're going to spend a lot of time together.
Yeah. Lots of car rides, lots of emotions.
Probably getting food, going over what you want, your likes, your lots of phone calls, lots of text messages, emails. I'm going to probably drive you nuts. Check your email.
Same.
Go sign the document.
Same.
Have you seen this? Do you want to do this? And that's not my goal. But if we get along and you understand that I'm really here fighting for you to find the house that you want, it makes it so much easier. Instead of being like, oh, she just annoys me. Yeah. I don't want to annoy you. So, yeah.
Just a little bit.
Maybe just a smidge. That's how I would address that one, though.
And I have to say that thank you so much for saying, start with the lender, because a lot of times people will reverse it and start with a realtor and start getting their hopes up on like, oh, I love this house. I love this house.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't know until you're pre-approved if you couldn't even afford that house, or maybe there's some things that I need you to do before loan approval.
Well, and I think it's really important to establish, and this is a good thing, the boundaries. So anything to do with money, you're always going to be talking to Jaimie. Jaimie and I are always in contact. So it's not like you're going to find out all this information, about your buying power and all these things, and I'm not going to know that because I'm definitely going to know all about it to help you find the right house.
Right.
But if you come to me first, great. I'm here for it. I'll write it out with you.
Right.
But I'm going to still have to steer you towards Jaimie, get that at least pre-qualification for us to go look for homes. And then you still have to work with her to get your pre-approval. So either way, there's just an easier way to do it. I go through the lender first.
And I'm going to, match you up with someone because I'm going to get to know very intimate stuff about you, your financials, your work history, your family. And I can then help match you up with someone that I'm like, I think they're going to click.
Right.
And,
and that's happened.
That has happened.
Well, yeah, that's happened between us for sure. So absolutely.
So, great question.
Yeah.
A reliable realtor is essential. I think that reliable part, that communication, that full time.
Yeah.
Last question that we would like to address, and this one's gonna, I think, flip back to me. Sorry, I can't see that far.
The font is small.
Is a great question, and I do get asked this a lot. And when we get into when we get into a pre-approval process and I'm going over, this is the amount I can approve you for a monthly payment, a lot of that is dictated to today and what the interest rates look like at this moment in time.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest questions I get is, when can I lock in my rate? And
because it fluctuates.
It does. Yeah. I mean, you were here this morning and you saw in the middle of the day, we started out at, this morning and we had a rate sheet. And within 2 hours, I get a notice. The market conditions have worsened. Sorry about that. But, so then you
have to wait to find out what that is.
I have to wait, and then my rate sheet updates, and I'm like, all right, so this person this morning that I talked to at a 6.5, pricing has gotten a little worse today.
Because you couldn't lock it in.
Yeah.
So when can you lock it in?
You can lock in on 2 different scenarios. Once you get into contract, we will discuss locking you in. And they go in usually 2-week increments. So you could do a 15-day lock, a 30-day lock, a 45-day lock.
Is that due to your close of escrow on the contract?
And that's going to be a very big factor. When I get that contract and you've given me maybe a longer than normal closing, I'm going to say, okay, we can't do a 15-day lock. We can't do a 30-day. We're going to look at a 45-day lock. And we can discuss that then. You can float your rate and go, you know what? I've been watching the news. I've been following the market. I feel like we can wait a couple weeks and weeks. And that's your decision. You can float it and not lock in.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of floating your rate. My saying is if you like it, lock it.
Yeah.
Because we could wake up tomorrow morning and rates be worse. And you can always renegotiate your rate if in the middle of everything the rate drops to 1%. We can look at, you haven't signed, you haven't closed, we can look at renegotiating it. That's not free, by the way. There is a fee. But you do have that option.
Yeah.
And in reverse hindsight, if we don't lock, and today I'm quoting you a 6.5, and you want to wait a week from now we're a 7.
You can't go back.
Can't go back in time.
That's the thing. You can't go back.
If you like it, lock it.
And I would lock it.
Yes. It's just been too volatile.
Yeah.
It's
I would like
too
it
much.
and lock it, guys.
I mean, you know me. I've said this. It's been a roller coaster day by day.
Sheesh,
So if
telling
you
me.
like it, lock it.
Yep.
And your
That's
close
good.
of escrow is going to be very important. But that contract, that pre-approval is not locked.
Yeah.
So when I'm talking to you about this program or this payment that you're qualified for right now, get into contract sooner than later. I'll go out house hunting with Yvonne 2 weeks from now.
And it's not
because-
something I advise either. I mean, for the most part, there have been certain situations where we've gone and looked and it's worked out. However, it's not to be like
pushy or anything.
pushy or
No.
rude or any negative
Right.
emotion behind that or reasoning behind that. It's just, it is so much better, especially with how our market is and the fact that like we could go look at a home, you fall in love with it and you realize I'm ready.
Right.
But now we have to wait to at least get you pre-qualified. Being pre-approved is so much more preferred. And then what happens if they already have an offer that they accepted? Like it extends the process, and time is very precious in this market right now.
It really, really comes down to we want to keep you motivated. You have a certain window. You have a moment in time. Try not to lose it. Just keep going.
Yeah, and it doesn't take long. That's the thing. If you go back and listen to one of our previous episodes, like getting pre-approved, it does not take long.
Right.
You really should go listen to that episode. It was pretty great. I'm thinking about it again. That episode was bomb. It was hilarious. Oh, I loved it.
I think our Mad Libs was hilarious.
That was pretty awesome too, I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
So, yeah,
again,
these questions were good.
we will wrap up our Q&A
Ask us some
podcast.
more.
Please reach out.
Yeah.
I think you said it on a previous podcast that there are no stupid questions.
Oh, no.
Please, we love questions.
And these were pretty simple, which
yeah.
is completely fine. You have to start
Right.
somewhere. So,
Underwriting questions.
I mean,
or-
seriously.
I mean,
did you know you have to go through underwriting before you get to the end of the contract? Like, I don't think everybody knows those things.
Right.
And that's okay. That's why we're here.
And that's what our job is to help educate you and keep you in the loop. And you know,
Motivated and find a home.
we
find you a
love
home.
doing it.
Yep.
So, all right, let's wrap this up with some pass or smash. Okay.
Mark's face. He's like, yeah, let's do it.
All right, pass or smash. You have a contract closing next week, and the seller has refused to move out.
I mean, I'm still going to get it to work, so smash.
You're gonna smash that? Hell yeah, I love
Heck
that.
yeah. I'm not just
Okay.
be like, all right, fine, whatever. Sorry.
You're gonna get the moving
You're like,
truck.
honey,
You're
boo-boo.
like, get out.
You agreed to sell your house. You got to go.
Okay.
I'd be like, my buyers, you guys looking for a roommate? I think she'll pay some rent.
Yeah. Some border income. Pass or smash. You found out that the home your buyer was purchasing was not a single family home, but a manufactured home converted.
Honestly, I would have a very good heart-to-heart about passing on that one.
It's going to be so hard.
Yeah, I would just heart-to-heart, but I would shoot for passing. Let's go find you a different house.
Okay. Pass or smash. Someone reaches out to you on Facebook and says they're interested in buying a house, and they don't respond to your response. I don't know.
Pass.
These are so
that
like,
already happened.
I mean,
that happened once. Like I had some going back conversations, and then it was like they just stopped. I was
They
like, whatever.
ghosted you.
I'm not gonna spend all my time on that.
yeah.
You'll get effort, but if I don't get it back, I'm done.
Last
Pass.
one.
Yeah.
Just thought of it.
Oh, good.
Pass or smash. Zillow leads.
Bleh. Pass.
Yes.
Bleh.
That's what we feel.
We need the emoji. Just,
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you again so much to Yvonne
Yeah.
O'Neill. Always so much fun to have you on.
I have a blast.
And
So
I
more
laughed
to
so
come.
hard that my cheeks hurt. So
I'm pretty sure I turned red. So that'll be fun to watch.
There's moments where I was wheezing. I did snort. Thanks a lot. I
That was
snorted.
great. We have
on
to
my
keep that in. Keep the snort. It's perfect.
So, we welcome you back anytime. I love the Q&A.
Yes.
This is
We'll do more.
Jaimie Booth. I am a licensed loan officer here in Arizona, soon to be Texas, starting next month.
That's exciting.
Yes. And my favorite mortgage podcast app is streaming everywhere. Like I didn't even know a lot of these podcast names. You've got Amazon, Apple, Spotify. Please rate us.
That's true.
Give us some comments. Give me some feedback on topics that you would like to discuss in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Mortgage is confusing. Mortgage is boring, but it's essential.
But we make it fun.
We make it fun.
Woo.
So my favemortgage@gmail.com is our email, and we will see you next time.
Yeah, sounds great.
Bye-bye.
Bye.